So
Yep.
you guys met there. How quickly after that? What was the story there?
We met in high school on 280.
Okay. So you met in high school. You dated through college. What was the transition like to marriage?
During that college time, I guess you were in your senior year, maybe? Yeah, you were going into your senior year here at UAB.
Yeah.
And we went and had dinner at a friend's house. They were a little bit older. They had gotten married, and it was just so nice. I mean, they were making dinner, and I was looking around. I was like, I want this, and I want this now. Or else we're going to turn into brother and sister.
Oh, wow.
You know, you're trying to do things the right way. And so we slipped a note to my mom that was like, because she was on the phone with something. She kept telling me, I can't talk right now. And I just slipped her a note that was like, I want to get married in 2 months. And so that's what we did. We fast-tracked everything, and we had a beautiful wedding, but it was just family at Aldridge Gardens. And
I took my international business exam
Yeah.
an hour before that. And then
Did you really?
it's fun.
and then we got married.
Good for y'all.
Yeah. It was time. And
So tell me about the family. Tell me about kids. And I mean, you guys have moved around a little bit. You're down at Orange Beach now. Tell me about the kids.
we have awesome kids.
Mm-hmm.
Charlie, our oldest, is 12.
Okay.
He's definitely a first child.
He definitely is first child. He's wonderful. He was born early, and he was in the NICU for the first 3 months of his life.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
The process of having our first child was the most humbling and truly made me dependent on God. Yeah.
That's incredible. 3
Yeah.
months.
Yep. He coded 2 or 3 times. And every time that we would have like a successful thing happen with him, people would say, and we would say, God is so good. God is so good.
Mm-hmm.
And one day I was sitting there and I was holding him and I was just saying how good God is. And this little voice said, but what if he had died? Would I still be good?
Wow.
And having Charlie completely changed me. I feel like I was a really proud person before. And I think it softened my sharp edges and humbled me incredibly. Yeah. And if you go through having a sick child, I hear that for some marriages it maybe breaks it apart, but for us, it really brought us closer together.
Yeah.
And
after that, he just kept
Yeah.
having he'd catch a cold from school or whatever, and he had a lot of respiratory issues, bronchial issues, and so it'd be in the ER every month almost.
Yeah.
And so
Wow.
we
Hospitalized a few times.
Healthy now.
Healthy now, but it's been a long journey to get to that point.
Is he a big kid, a small kid, because he was born so early?
He's
Big kid.
about to be taller than she is.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
That's
about
great.
looking eye to eye.
What about sports? Does he play sports?
We have tried sports. I think one of our friends said we're encouraging our son to play country club sports, and I was like, Charlie does like golf and he does like tennis, and maybe that's just the direction we'll go.
He enjoyed the dugout more than
He
enjoyed
loved
actually
dugout life.
having
Yeah.
the ball thrown at him.
Get the sunflower seeds out, get the
Exactly.
gum.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Cheer it. So there's the family up the street, the Williams, and they're precious people. They've got 3 boys, and their kids don't play sports. One of them is a mountain biker. And I said something about, what, they play football, basketball, baseball?
Yeah.
She goes, no, we're readers.
Oh.
We're readers.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
that's cool. That's great.
Well,
I am too.
It
Yeah.
is. It feels weird, and I guess some of that is just stereotypical. You expect your boy to excel at sports, because my family culture was, you better do good at school and you better do good at sports.
Well, you went up to another country and did soccer.
It was a big part of travel. Soccer was a huge part of
sports
life.
are a gigantic part of Jackie and I's life. Both for played ball in college. It's a huge part. So I mean, it's there. So tell me about your other kids.
Marigold, our middle, she's doing travel soccer, and so soccer has once again become a big part of life, and it's a lot of fun.
And she's how old?
She's 8.
Okay.
She's very creative and funny.
Loud and wild as well.
Yeah. And then Finley, our youngest, is 6, and she's into tumbling and whatever.
Do
her
we really
siblings
know
are
what they're
doing.
into at 6 and 7? Because like I have one that turned 8 2 days ago, and I really don't know what she's into.
She spends almost all of her time doing handstands right now.
Okay,
So I feel like
perfect.
I can safely say she is
That's
into
what she
it.
wants to do.
But they're good kids, and we homeschool. And I feel like I know them. I spend, what is it when you spend X amount of hours doing something,
10,000
you become
hours.
a expert on it. It's like by the time your kids turn 5, you've spent that amount of time with them, and now we're together every day.
So from a family work perspective, okay, what are you guys working on right now? Like, what is important what is important to you guys that you're having multiple conversations with? So the question is this: what are you working on right now?
In our house.
In general, in life.
I would say our kids' faith, their relationship with Jesus becoming their own. Not
Very,
that it's
very
something
good.
that we're pushing on
Absolutely.
them.
Yep.
Because that kind of terrifies me, that like we put so much emphasis of, you've got to give your heart to Jesus, you've got to give, and then they do it because mom and dad are telling them this is what you've got to do. And they go to college and they're like, well, I only really did any of that because mom and dad told me I had to. So I'd say a lot of our conversations when we have time, my favorite thing to do with Charles is to walk and talk. And so when we have time to do that, I think where our kids' hearts are at is kind of mainly what we talk about.
And just kind of leading them in that relationship, seeking God just by the way we act, the way we talk, the conversations we have, the examples we give.
Well, and that our life won't look like the world's life. And we don't want it to.